Good morning, everyone. My name is Crystal, and I'll be your webinar facilitator today. I would like to welcome everyone to the Daikin One Plus Smart Thermostat webinar. All lines are currently on mute to prevent any background noise. If you have any questions during the presentation, please submit them through the questions area in your dashboard to be answered at the conclusion of the webinar. Joining us today is Dave Palazzolo, who is the product manager for Daikin North America, and Jackie Chen, who is director of VRV controls also with Daikin North America. David and Jackie, you may now begin your webinar.
Excellent. Hey, thanks a lot, Crystal, and thanks a lot, everybody, for calling in. We are really excited to be able to share with you the brand new launch information on our Daikin One Plus thermostat. As Crystal said, Jackie and myself are going to co-present the content for you this morning. And in the room, we also have Kelly Hernsberger and Roberto Herrero, all of us from the product management team. So we've got some exciting information to share with the group about all of the release information, supporting materials, as well as key functionality of the brand new Daikin One Plus thermostat. So you'll see a high-level agenda there. These are the items that we plan on covering with the team this morning. And then we'll talk at the very end about rollout timing and pricing and some other key things that I know everybody on the call is eagerly awaiting for. So as many of you have been hearing over the last months and maybe even half year and beyond, that we are really focused on a very innovative way to have a smart thermostat that really can control multiple Daikin platforms. So contractors have been asking for that over the past months and beyond. They're saying, hey, we want the ability to have one look and one feel for anything that's going into a residential application from the Daikin brand. And contractors and consumers are really striving to have that same look and feel and same interface, so consumers don't have to learn how to handle different apps and different interfaces on the wall with the different Daikin thermostat products that we have available today. So the next slide is it's really the launch video, and I'm going to briefly highlight on a couple key things here before I actually dive into that video. So when we talk about the Daikin One, you'll see it on the screen. It's really a little bit of the best of both worlds. On the right-hand side is a physical dial, and that is utilized for just very quick access for simple things like adjusting the temperature. So Jackie and the team has done a lot of consumer research and interaction with smart devices, and intuitively people walk up to items like thermostats and want to push a button and quickly change a dial. So this dial is very interactive. By simply pressing it, you can return all the way back to the home location on the primary screen. On the left-hand side of the screen, you'll see what we call a capacitive touch screen. So this is very much just like any of the smart devices that may be in your pocket today or with you. It is very interactive and very simple and easy to navigate. So as we look at that, the screen, we'll talk some more in depth about some of the icons that are at the bottom of the screen as we go through the rest of the presentation. So then when we talk about configuration, I want to be very clear for this first phase. This is primarily focused on any of the current Daikin communicating systems that we have today. So whether it's our two-stage products, AC and heat pumps, our inverter products, or our FIT product, anything that utilizes our CTK04 thermostat, that is the focus on what we want to talk about today from a functionality as well as a connectivity standpoint. So with this brand new Daikin One Plus thermostat, there will be several other phases down the road. But again, just to really reiterate and focus on first phase, it will be primarily anything that can communicate with the CTK04. That is what's in scope from a connectivity standpoint. We're also going to leverage a cloud-connected hub for this ecosystem. This is a great way for us to have immediate interaction for the homeowner with Wi-Fi connectivity, but then long-term, it's going to allow for a lot of expansion and dealer services and things that we'll be able to continually roll out and enhance the offering down the road. So now is a great segue into the video, and as I mentioned a second ago, I'm not going to play the entire video. We're really trying to stream this over the network, and from a graphic standpoint, we want to allow you guys to go out to daikin1.com and actually experience it firsthand. If any of you that have been in some of our recent product launch for FIT or RAQA products has probably already seen this video, but I just want to play the intro for it and then move on past that.
The Daikin One Smart Thermostat is a next-generation intelligent HVAC solution for people who care about the air they breathe. With state-of-the-art design, smart thermostat technology, intelligent home air management.
So that was a little bit of a quick intro for you for the video. Like I said, the video and a lot of the content that we'll be discussing today will be available on daikin1.com for you guys to pull in and utilize at your leisure. So I want to talk a little bit about the box and the experience that the contractor gets and the consumer gets while opening this up. So many of you have gotten, I'm assuming, some form or fashion of a smart device in the last 6, 12 months or beyond, and I hope you can relate to the experience that you had when you opened up that smart device. Very high-end packaging. Although on the screen this is just a black and white image of the box, you can't see all of the graphics that are associated with it. But this is also intended to really show all of the components that are going to be inside the box. So I'll be the first to admit I'm kind of a technology geek, and I may or may not have the last couple boxes from the last couple iPhones that I purchased still lying around in the closet. And I did that because as I opened up the box, from just the strength of the box, the integrity of it, the look and feel, it's a premium experience. And the team has done a very similar thing with the new Daikin One Plus packaging. Very high-end, very rugged box. You'll see the second layer below the cover is something that says a pamphlet. And Jackie's going to talk some more about that in a few minutes, but very simple, easy to follow steps for the homeowner. We've also provided a terminal mounting plate and screws, so the contractor has all of the necessary things to actually attach the device to the wall. And then towards the bottom there, you'll see something called a wall plate. Maybe when the contractor pulls the old stat off the wall, which we all know that a lot of times the surface area might not be the same. If they have to, they can put that wall plate on and help cover up some of the old paint lines or whatever that may be there. Again, a very, very premium look and feel to the packaging, very consumer focused. Another thing that we've done for our folks above the U.S.-Canada line, for those consumers that are in primarily French-speaking regions, Jackie and the team has developed a replacement pamphlet as well as a nice sleeve that has everything in French for the installing contractor as well as the homeowner. And then Jackie will talk some more about the onboard language on the actual thermostat here in a minute. So again, real high level, premium look and feel. These boxes are all going to come individually cellophane wrapped, and a very premium experience for the homeowner. So Jackie, I'll turn things over to you about the commissioning process.
Thank you, David. So yeah, for the next few minutes, I want to share some more details about the features that you will see from the Daikin One Plus thermostat. And also I will share the training plan and also the support plan that we have in place. This is a screen shows how to commissioning a thermostat. On the right side, you will see it takes 5 steps to do a full setup. The first step is personalization, which is you name the thermostat. Second step is for the dealer to set up the Wi-Fi. The third step is the equipment setup. This thermostat will automatically detect the indoor unit and outdoor unit, and the dealer will just need to configure and based on the ductwork and based on the units that they have. The fourth step is system optimization. That's where they will run the installer setup and installer test. And the fifth one is preference. That's where they will set up the reminders for the homeowners, and also type in the dealer contact information. So when the thermostat prompted the homeowners, their information will be displayed. So 5 steps, very simple and very easy to set up the entire, for example, a fit system. Next page, please. So I want to share with you some high-level features that are included on the thermostat for the initial launch. On the top, you see 5 primary screens. The first screen, it shows the ambient room temperature. And on the left, you will see the icon. That's where you click on to change the system mode. On the right side, we have a graphical way to show how far is the room temperature from the set point. And at the bottom, you see 5 icons. That's where you can tap on any of the icon to go to a specific screen. The second one is adjustment screen. So just like the mobile app, mobile phone, the homeowner can grab the number and go up and down to change the set point. The third screen is a schedule setting. So they can tap anywhere on that screen and it will bring the edit to the schedule screen. From there on, they can either copy the schedule or edit the schedule, add or remove. The fourth one is will allow homeowner to set up an energy saving mode or away mode. This is where they can set up a temperature set point if they are going, for example, going on vacation. So they, with one click, it will just set up to a pre-selected temperature range. The fifth screen shows the air quality. So it will show the indoor air quality and also outdoor air quality and the weather forecast. If they have a indoor air quality sensor connected, for example, a home air quality sensor, then they will be able to see the air quality index value similar to what's shown on the screen here. So besides this 5 primary screens, we have some very, very exciting features for homeowners. For example, from the left side, they will be able to use the dial to adjust the temperature. We offer Wi-Fi, and as far as the language goes, we offer English and French for the initial launch, and we will add more language later. The thermostat we support 2 auxiliary outputs. So the dealers, they can connect, for example, a humidifier or dehumidifier to the auxiliary outputs. And later on, we will be able to add more and support more accessories. This thermostat is designed with a geofencing feature. So on the mobile app, the user will be able to define a range. And as the last person leaves that circle, and the thermostat will automatically change the system to the away on mode. As the first person come back into the circle, the thermostat will turn off the away mode and it goes back to the adjustment mode. We support the Amazon Alexa and also Google Assistant. And the thermostat will have over-the-air feature. So as long as the homeowner has the thermostat connected to Wi-Fi, and it will automatically pull the latest and the greatest software and keep the thermostat up to date. We offer a fan circulation mode. So the homeowner will be able to either run the fan based on a schedule, or based on, or they can leave it on all the time. As I mentioned earlier, we do offer weather forecasts based on the location that the homeowner defines on the mobile app device. The thermostat comes with a light pipe feature. So as the thermostat is calling for heating, the light pipe will display orange color and the blue for cooling. We do offer quiet mode and the night mode. The quiet mode is intended for so you can the homeowner can define a period of time during the night, and it will the system will limit the max speed for the compressor run. So it will reduce the sound, especially outside. For the night mode, that's when the thermostat can define the time, a schedule, and during that schedule, basically the thermostat will dim the display or turn off the display, and also will turn off the light pipe as well. We will also offer a mobile app, and that mobile app will have the very similar look and feel as what's the 5 primary screens. So the dealers they don't have to train twice, and the homeowners, they don't have to train twice either. So, and all these features will be packaged into the when we have the initial launch, which is version 1.4 release. Next page, please. So on April the 26th, when we first start shipping the product, we will have version 1.4 software will be loaded on those thermostats, right? As we are moving forward, we're gonna continue to provide more and more exciting new features to homeowners via the over-the-air software updates. For example, 1.5, we are going to have the IAQ indoor air quality sensor integration or started. So when they buy the indoor air quality sensor, it will automatically show up on the air quality tab. We will also, at that time, we'll finish up the last bit of testing of EWC zoning, and that will become available for our dealers as well. For the 1.6 release, we will have historical data to so that they will be able to see the runtime information for the system. We will also bring the open ADR and the Title 24 support. And also we will have Daikin One Link, which is a sub-gigahertz the wireless feature to support the communication between the thermostats and also the thermostats with the wireless temperature sensor. For the version 1.7 release, we will have more air quality sensor, for example, the room sensor. And we will have multi-member permission on the mobile app. So for the initial launch, for example, the husband and the wife, they can share the same login. They can still use the geofencing for different mobile phones. But with at a 1.7 release, they can do multiple accounts and using their own mobile apps. And they can also define the different access level for different accounts as well. We are trying to improve the UI performance and to add the swiping feature to the thermostat. For the phase 2, that's when we will bring the VRV mini split and the multi-split supports. And at the same time, we're going to bring in the Bluetooth for the commissioning and also troubleshooting. For the 3.0, that's phase 3, that's when we will release the traditional 24-volt equipment control at that time. Okay, next page, please. Okay, so the next page, I will share with you the comprehensive the training class that we have in place right now. So last week we did one training class to all the regional technical service managers. So I just picked a few screens from the training material. As you can see, this is one of the class which is specifically focused on installation and commissioning. It covers the system configurations, how to install the Daikin One thermostat, which is, as the pictures, you install the terminal plate, use the drywall screws that is presented. There is no plastic anchor needed, and then you just plug in you finish the wiring, plug in the thermostat. The third one, the bottom left, that's show you the 4 wires, the data 1, data 2, and the 24-volt wire and the common wire. And also the training will cover the quick setup and also the full setup. So after this class, the dealer will be able to commissioning and finish the installation of the thermostat. Very simple, very easy to follow. Next page, please. Okay, and I also want to share with you the customer support plan that we are offering for Daikin One Plus thermostat. So on this project, we are doing something different. So for example, these are the 2 cards that are included in the welcome kit in the packaging, right? The one on the left is 1 card, front and the back, and that's intended for our dealers, okay? The one on the right is it's a tag, and that's intended for the homeowners, okay? And at the bottom of the cards, you will see a QR code. And the dealer or the homeowner, if they want to learn more, they can always use their mobile phone to take a picture of that QR code, and that will take them to the Daikin One website. From that website, we will have one website for homeowner and one website for dealer. For the homeowner, that's where they will be able to see the video of how to use the thermostat and how to download the mobile app, and also how to, that will be a homeowner quick homeowner guide on that website as well. On the left side, for the dealers, if they want to learn, for example, if they don't remember how to change the Wi-Fi code, they can scan that QR code. It will take them to that dealer website, and we will have some videos for the installation and the commissioning and the troubleshooting, and we're going to offer on that website. Next slide, please. We offer phone support for homeowners. So for this project, in addition to the Daikin Tech Support Center in Carrollton, we are also bringing a company called the True Source Labs. True Source Labs, they are a very premium tech support. They are located in Austin, Texas, with 550 plus employees. Okay, they have been in the industry for more than 6 years. On the right side, you can see some of the top clients that they are supporting, including Nest, Eero, Hive, GE, Philips, and some other big names. And they are very specialized in the premium customer support, and especially in the Internet of the Things, IoT devices, which our Daikin One Plus thermostat is a connected device. So when homeowner call the 1-855 Daikin One customer support line, which that is printed on the packaging, and they will get the option. Option number 1 is for homeowner, and if they select that option, they will be connected to True Source Labs, which on the phone they will announce themselves as Daikin. Okay, and they will confirm if it's a Daikin One Plus issue, then they will help the homeowner. But if it's equipment issue, then they will transfer the homeowner back to the Daikin technical support team, and they will stay on the line with the homeowner until the technical support team, their phone ringing. Okay, vice versa, our technical support team, when they answer the phone, if it's a thermostat issue, they will transfer back to the True Source Labs as well. Okay, so for the homeowners and the dealers, it will just be one premium experience from Daikin. Next slide, please.
Excellent. Hey, Jackie, thanks for the deep dive into the technical stuff. Man, this thing is packed full of features, and I think we're going to have a very premium experience for homeowners if they have to pick up the phone and call in by having this ancillary homeowner support. And then I really like the fact that you said it's going to kind of be a one look, one feel, one experience for the homeowner as well as the contractor. So it's a seamless integration if they have to have any type of questions answered. So the next section, I really want to dive into a couple of the brochures and things that have been developed and talk about what that means from a rollout standpoint. So on the screen, you'll see the first piece is a technical brochure, and this is very much positioned to talk about some of the very key features of the product. One interesting dynamic, though, is it still really has that consumer look and feel throughout the literature piece, as explains some of the things, you know, again, from a more technical aspect, really kind of positioned with the contractor in mind and what it means for them as they're installing and setting up the thermostat. Next, we have a product flyer, and this is a two-page flyer. It's really intended to be a little bit more as a great way to communicate and talk about some of the key features for the product. And this is going to highlight some key things as far as each one of the menu screens, some of the cool things that the thermostat's able to do with the LED light, indicating the heating or cooling mode. And then it's also going to tie into something very important that consumers are asking more and more about, and that is connectivity with items like Google Assistant or Amazon Alexa. So it's going to tie in some of the technical aspects from a flyer perspective to really talk about some of the key points. And then the last image that you see on the screen here is the homeowner guide. And again, obviously, but based on the name, it's very much positioned for the homeowner. Talks about the simple steps and how to get started, some of which is very intuitive already with the insert that comes with the thermostat. And then it explains just what the simple icons are that are on each and every screen that you see on the screen there today. Whether it's the home screen, the adjust, the away, simplifies it and explains it for the consumer very succinctly and very clear in a presentation standpoint. Now we've mentioned a couple different times Daikin1.com. On the screen, you'll see an actual screenshot of the web page. This is the landing page, and if you haven't had a chance to look at it, I would encourage you guys to check this site out after. Right now, the website has some supporting materials, primarily videos at this point, and we'll talk in a few minutes more about what is entailed and what will be housed on this website. But a very consumer-focused, very clean, very aesthetically appealing website to really help promote the Daikin One Plus thermostat and all of the supporting materials that you folks will need, our distributor partners, as well as contractors, and even all the way out through the consumers. So what do I mean by that when I say even all the way out through to the consumers? Once somebody lands on Daikin1.com, there's going to be a welcome page for homeowners. So they have a certain path they can go based on who they are that's on this website. So there'll be various things there that are very homeowner focused. And then if you're a contractor, there's a landing page for our contractor partners. Depending on what is your area of preference, we'll have various materials stored into these locations. So very quick and easy to access materials, brochures, videos, supporting training information, all in one house location for our contractors as well as consumers. So this is what everybody's been asking about when we talk about rollout. And if I had a drum set in here, we would be playing the drums to really kind of convey to you guys that this is happening. Obviously, we're here at the webinar today. As we look at the details that are on the screen, the upper left-hand corner, we have a pre-release PMN that will be coming out at the end of this week, early next week at the latest. The PMN is going to highlight some key things like the shipment date. It's basically stating by the end of April we'll begin shipments. It will have some of the other key dates for webinars and training highlighted in the PMN. And then it's obviously going to highlight some of the key features. And lastly, we'll have a separate PMN that's going to roll out to all of the independent distributors, key sales contacts that we primarily send pricing through. As you make your way to the right, dropping down towards the bottom, I actually skipped over this, but Jackie mentioned it earlier. We had a field technical support training here at DTTP with all of the regional technical sales staff. That's been completed. Making our way to the right is the webinar that we're on today. And then jumping back up to the top, we're going to hold a similar webinar for all of our key distributor partners. You're all invited to attend if you'd like also, on Monday the 22nd. And we're going to really cover a lot of the same materials we just covered with everybody on the call today, but wanted to give you guys a first pass look at rollout timing, some of the deliverables, and allow you guys to have questions here in a few minutes at the end. So right in the center of the screen, you're going to see two key things: Daikin One Web Go Live, as well as shipments beginning April 26th, along with a press release. So we are still saying April 26th is go live, and shipments will actually officially begin. On the right-hand side of the screen, you'll see something called Regional Strategic Launch Events. We have a few items already captured up there, and there's others that are being planned. I would suggest if each one of the regional managers have a certain set of locations that they want us to go out and roll this out to, please let us know. We do not want to just go out into 3 locations and talk about this product. We want to hit as many locations as we possibly can, but trust that you're going to make sure that it's a very strategic location, because we can't hit 1,000 airplanes between now and the end of May or June. So please send that information in to us, and we definitely want to make sure the product management team is supporting rollouts in a regional effort as applicable to your area. In the bottom right-hand corner, you'll see some other key dates. It's really almost just a summary of what we've talked about. Coming up here towards the end of April, we have also the Be the Pro event, where we're going to highlight this also for prospective contractors. I want to dive in just a little bit deeper and talk about some of the launch plans for the materials that we've been talking about. The first box on the left, you'll see a couple things like demo videos, consumer video, unboxing video, and technical training. All of that information is going to be available later this coming week on Daikin One Web from an accessibility standpoint. Next week, about midweek or so, we're going to roll out and continually populate and add to the website things like the technical brochures that we just reviewed with the team, product flyers. Sarah and the team is in the process and has committed to having the electronic version of the catalogs all updated next week. And then we're going to roll out some other videos like the installation video, homeowner video, and the spec sheets will all be available on the website. We'll also likely have another location for contractors that are used to going into Daikin City, almost a mirror image of the deliverables and the materials that you see on the screen, housed in Daikin City also. This is just a quick snapshot of the PMN that's coming out. Again, just kind of, we've already touched on this primarily already, but it's going to talk about some of the key features. We'll have information on there for the deliverables, and this is what will be communicated out in this first pass from a preliminary PMN perspective. And if you recall back to the slide earlier, we're also going to have an official press release on April 26th announcing the new product. So then lastly, from a ordering standpoint, and the PMN will have some of these details also. On the screen, you can actually see the part number, DTST-CWB-SA, Daikin-One-A. Man, that is a long mouthful to say. It's a Daikin One Plus thermostat. But that's the official part number. That's what our distributor partners will actually need to order. Boy, if we had a drum roll and jet planes to fly over, this would be the time to really add the excitement. When we talk about the list price, $299. I wanted to put $299.99 on the screen, but Kelly wouldn't allow me to do that. But list price, one key takeaway at $299, because this product is going to be eventually same SKU applied to our various different product categories. Many of you are familiar with the VRD has a certain multiplier, mini splits has a different multiplier, unitary products has a separate multiplier. $299 is the price, no matter what product this is being applied for. So, so that's a real key takeaway for everybody on this phone call. Another key takeaway with that is as you look at how it's positioned in the marketplace. Today, the goal is, and our plan is, to replace that CTK04, which if the homeowner wants to also have Wi-Fi access, they have to purchase the RedLink gateway. So when you add all of that together, we're actually going to be list price below the CTK04 plus the RedLink gateway. So we've got everybody on mute, but I think I hear all of the applauses in the background as it relates to how this product's going to be positioned in the marketplace. And then lastly, it's just a little bit more of information for you guys. These things are all going to come 480 to a pallet. We know each and every one of our distributor locations is going to take at least a pallet of these, you know, each and every week. So that's why we wanted to show it to you guys that way. Yes, I'm kidding. I know they're not going to all order 480 at once, but they have the option really of boiling it down into a minimum of four, actual four. So if you look at the upper left-hand corner, the smallest they can buy is a sub box of each. It'll have 4 thermostats in it, and then that's packed into another box of 4 boxes, and so on. So the key takeaway there is minimum order quantity of 4, and the reason for that, and I mentioned it earlier, each individual thermostat is packaged in a nice cellophane wrap, and it's very much focused from a consumer premium experience. So we have to at least put 4 in a box to protect them as we're going through the distribution chain. So with that, that is the highlights of the brand new thermostat, and really wanted to you know, give everybody an opportunity here in a minute. If you have any specific questions for Jackie, myself, or even Kelly, to allow for some questions to come in.
All right, thank you so much, Dave and Jackie. Just a few reminders, please use your questions area on your dashboard if you have any questions, and we'll be happy to answer those. Also, if you will receive a follow-up email in about 2 hours, the email will contain a webinar recording link in case you'd like to refer back to it or share it with someone who might be interested in it. We do send the recording link to everyone who registers, whether they attend or not, again, in about 2 hours after the webinar ends. And also, there will be a post-webinar survey, so we appreciate your feedback. Okay, so we do have some questions here. First of all, there is a comment. Wow, love the packaging. Second, can the light pipe be disabled?
Yes, it can. That's a great question. The homeowner has the ability, if this is installed in a location, if they don't want to see it, they definitely can turn that off. So it's quick and easy, just a couple simple menu picks, and they can disable that from one of the main screens. Okay,
the next question is, will the thermostat let the homeowner know that there's an update available as similar to like an iPhone, or will it update on its own?
Jackie, you want to speak to that?
Sure. So the thermostat will update on its own, but it will prompt users when an update is detected, and so it will keep the homeowner informed, but it will automatically update the thermostat.
Okay. What is the estimated release timeline for versions 1.5 through 3.0?
That's a very good question. We our target is every few months we're going to launch a release. That way we'll keep our contractors and homeowners excited about our features and releases. At this time we do not have a specific date for each release yet.
Okay. Do we have a timeline for integrating Spanish? It is spoken 40 to 1 over French in the U.S.
That is something that is on the top of our priority right now. It is being worked on at this point.
Does TrueSource offer other language when a customer calls in?
That's a very good question. They do at this point. We only offer English, but depends on our needs. We can definitely review that.
Okay. Our tech support only provides troubleshooting assistance for dealers certified licensed contractors. Homeowners are referred to homeowner support for assistance. Is that going to change now with the Daikin One T-Stat? If not, they may want to change the process to transfer callers to homeowner support if the issue is identified as a system problem, not a Daikin One thermostat.
David, do you want to take on that one, or do you want me to?
You can. I wasn't sure if that was a comment or a question.
Yeah.
This is Kelly. I think I may have understood it correctly, I hope. I believe the question was aimed at if a homeowner calls in, will they be addressed and will they be serviced like a contractor? And the answer is yes. So if they call the technical support line as a homeowner and they're not a registered certified contractor, they're still going to have all the full service capability for primarily the Wi-Fi compatibility, if that's their main concern. Beyond that, the handoff to a technical setup for the equipment itself, which is required to be a certified contractor, that will only be available to our Daikin Comfort Pros. I believe that was the nature of the question. Jackie, can you clarify if I missed anything?
So I think the other thing I want to add is when they dial the 1855 Daikin One support line, they will be prompt. Are you a homeowner, or if it is homeowner, then press 1. At that time, they will automatically be connected to the TrueSource Labs. But if they decided to talk to the technical support team, that's totally fine. They will be supported as well, just like Kelly said.
Okay. If I'm replacing a CTK thermostat with a Daikin One thermostat, can I use quick setup? What is the average time required for the changeover?
So that is a very good question. We have done quite a bit replacing the CTK04, and I would say well, the wiring part, installation, the wiring part, it's a few minutes. Depends on how familiar the homeowner is. Typically, it's a few minutes. And the commissioning process, it takes all the way from a few minutes to about 10-20 minutes. Our recommendation is to do a full setup. That way, they will be able to make sure the system is all set up correctly, and also the dealer contact information and the reminders is typed in, because that will provide the contractors another touch point with homeowners.
And just to clarify, this is Kelly. David and I, like Jackie and many others, have had some prototypes in our homes. We recently went to the full production model within this last week or so. I can testify that last night I installed the latest full production model. It took less than 30 minutes with full setup, and that was going from CTK04 with communicating inverter equipment up to the One Plus, and that full setup, I'm sure it was less than 30 minutes.
Yeah, and that includes all of the commissioning, connecting to Wi-Fi, pretty quick and seamless.
I even changed the back plate, so that, it's pretty easy.
All right. Our next question is, thank you for Daikin One, woohoo. Do you have any estimated time frame for the release of Daikin One 2.0?
We are still working on the schedule for that. At this point, I do not have a detailed schedule that I can present yet.
Yeah, I think maybe the question was version 2.0 in the software release, where we're supporting probably VRV and mini splits. We'll do everything we can in our power to advance that as quick as we can. It takes a lot of work with that language protocol. As you would imagine, there's multiple language protocols here we're translating in. But I got to tell you, you said woohoo. This is going to be very exciting when we're able to control VRV, life, mini splits, all the above. It'll be totally correct. We're launching this very carefully to make sure each time we have the maximum experience for excellence. So thank you for waiting. I know it can't get here quick enough. It's going to be a totally awesome experience.
All right. When will it be added to the controls training class?
So I'm not sure when it will. So it is already offered. So Stuart's team, Mark Hardy, I think they already offering that class. It is available for people to take. I am not sure what other controls training class is referring to in this case.
Okay.
Yeah, if that may be a question, Jackie, we'll have to get offline, but if it's referring to the controls training class that we offer in Daikin University, that module is being updated as we speak, so this material is going into that module. For classes on site at DTTP and offered through our regional technical specialist, starting as soon as next week, this training will roll out through Train the Trainer, and those regional technical specialists will be authorized to have that training in each region.
Okay. Can you share if there are any plans to expand this thermostat into big box stores once 24 volt is supported?
To be determined, and if so, I don't even we don't even have the plans yet on what that would look like. It's likely it's not even the same controller. Could it just be 24 volt? We don't know yet. We need to get this out for our folks in our advantage through Daikin Comfort Pros and maximize our experience first. So I don't know that we're really even ready to comment on that.
Okay. How will the allocation be decided for COD?
So the sales planning team is really working through some initial allocation for initial shipments starting here at the end of this month. I think there's going to be a focus on the independent distributor partners for the first phase of shipments, but we are getting just all kinds of shipments in over the next week and 2 weeks and 3 weeks. There's shipments coming in almost each and every week. I would say approximately, according to the sales planning team, the CODs should start getting it by mid-month from an availability standpoint this coming month. And then again, the allocations by region is really going to be determined like we would normally do an allocation view for equipment.
So I'll address that as well, and I'll follow up again when we finish up with some call to action, but that's one of my items for call to action, is that if you're on the sales team and you're representing a independent distributor, or you have account authority with COD contractors, you know that you're on the hook to go into each one of those distribution points and verify that they have set up the part number and the Kanban quantity for replenishment correctly. And we give a discount, by the way, if they buy pallets, but probably they're not going to want to set up a Kanban on 400 and something stats. But whether it be a multiple of 4 or more, of course, 4, 8, 16, what have you, the question that was asked earlier is, I'm going to aim it back at the sales staff on the call today and say, that's up to you. We're not going to short the field on inventory. We're bringing in multiple inventory, ample quantities to service the marketplace. So if you are not getting inventory, then you need to make sure your house is straight first and you've got all your Kanban quantities, part numbers, everything set up so those orders can be placed repeatedly.
Okay. Can I see the packaging again, please?
There is a video, by the way, that if we haven't uploaded it, it will be shortly on Daikin One Plus website, and it features the unpackaging and all of the details for the packaging. So I'll just touch on it again. Maybe I can get my call to action done in the middle of all these questions. Daikin1.com, you need to go there and learn it. You need to look at the videos, look at the material, look at the explanation on the install screens. You need to understand this material so you can be very enthusiastic and knowledgeable when you're having all the conversations with your clients. So that's just my plug-in for another call to action.
Okay. Does the thermostat have R and H terminals?
So the thermostat, yeah, so the thermostat, it only has the data 1, data 2 for the climate talk, and R and the C for the power. And we do have on the left side there's two auxiliary outputs to dry contact outputs, and that's all the outputs that we have for this version.
Okay. Will David cover FedEx Express charges for the first shipment out on April 26th for 200 units?
Yeah. Let me run and give my credit card to the FedEx location.
200 units. We'll cover the FedEx on that. Don't worry about it.
Is geofencing adjustable? Distance. That's the second question. Or distance. Yeah.
Yeah. That's
so. Go ahead, David.
No, Jackie, why don't you take that one? That was pretty fun. That was a fun one to work on for design, I'm sure.
So yeah, so we use we call it a Google API, which allow the homeowner to use a mobile app, and they will see a map, and it depends on the location. That's the center, okay, of the circle. And then they can define the radius, okay? Our recommendation at this point is the minimum is 1 mile away from the house.
Okay.
That's a drag and drop on that. That's just a swipe on the app to move that circle out, just like you would intuitively do on Google, like you say, Jackie, right?
That is correct.
Okay. The next question is, I heard that this will only work on Daikin. Will it work with Goodman or Amana products?
All right, this is Kelly. I'll cover that one. We're only authorizing the use of this thermostat with Daikin branded equipment. It's possible that if someone were to apply this controller, we believe some of the identification on the ClimateTalk bus is going to probably identify the other equipment if it's communicating. But I would also say that there is definitely a departure with the control technique, and we're not really authorizing. In fact, we are not authorizing the use of the Daikin branded controller with the other brands, because you're going to run into some technical difficulties sooner or later with Comfort Bridge and some of the way the communicating equipment is set up. So we have optimized and engineered this product specifically for the Daikin branded communicating equipment.
Will the thermostat be able to operate fresh air through stat?
Yes, through the aux, contact, you can definitely operate an ERV, HRV, or in the next upcoming couple of months, you'll be able to operate our powered ventilator, and that's identified inside the controller. Jackie, you want to add to that?
So yeah, thank you, Kelly. So for the initial launch with the 1.4 software, they will have the option to set up the humidifier or dehumidifier. We are going to add as Kelly mentioned, the ERV and as a support. And later on, we will add on the ventilator as well.
Okay. Will the California COD branches automatically receive the Daikin One, or does our division need to ask Goodman to place the order, or GDI, sorry, to place the orders?
I'll capture that one. And I know someone may have typed that question in before I got my plug-in for call to action, so I'll just reemphasize. If you're managing, Daikin sales in a region, it is squarely your responsibility to verify that COD or independent distributor location has this in their Mencron or whatever system they have for ordering, and that the Kanban quantity is set up, and that those orders are placed. So we talk a lot in the Daikin world about horse stores. That's what we mean. Go verify yourself that it's done. There are no automatic guarantees that people will attend to these finer details every day. Most branches will likely do it, but I wouldn't rely on that level of detail. I would go check yourself.
What is the confirmed ship out date? And also, can we have a demo sample at the branches?
That's a good question. Now, we did confirm earlier the 26th of April we're shipping. So that's the date that we're shipping. And then in terms of demos, we're working on point of sale capability inside each branch and independent distributors as a kit. We don't have that finalized yet, but there is absolutely no reason why a demo unit shouldn't be in every branch and every distributor's location.
Okay. Going back to the question regarding homeowners and tech support, they're clarifying, the homeowner calls True Source and they identify the issue to be a non-Daikin One related problem. Are they going to the question was really, are they going to transfer the homeowner to tech support, or are they going to transfer the homeowner to homeowner support?
We'll verify this with the logic. I don't know, Jackie, had you already looked at that logic tree in this particular instance?
So in this particular instance, they will be transferred to our technical support team in Carrollton.
Okay.
Okay, we'll look at that because if it's a homeowner, they're likely, we'll look at the branching, but it's likely we would want them to go to customer care. That's the typical route because if it's a technical concern on the equipment, there's some liability involved with them getting information about troubleshooting our equipment and not being a certified contractor.
Okay. Question for Monday's webinar, what time will it be held?
It will be 2 p.m. Central Time.
Okay. Trying to order brochures from literature portal, not recognizing part numbers. When will these be available to order?
Yeah, that was, I'm trying to get back to the very end of this for reference, but the material will be available for order in the next, basically inside of the next week or so.
Will the Daikin One be available for example, 40 Daikin Ones to one central account?
I'm sorry, repeat that again.
Will the Daikin One be available to, for example, 48 Daikin Ones to one central account?
Sure. I'm not sure I'm completely understanding the central account terminology, but in multiples of 4, the Daikin One Plus can be ordered, and if it's a distribution point in our system, we're good to go. They're going to get the material.
Okay. Will aux outputs be available to send a signal for backup heat?
At this point, no, but that will be part of the phase 2 launch.
Okay. May I have a sample to take around to customers?
I think, yeah, that is the same question as the previous one. So we are working on some demo units, and we'll let the team knows when we have that available.
Okay. The next question is in regards to that too. A technical support is asking if they could receive a demo for in-dealer showing.
Yep.
Yes, we're working on those kits now.
Okay. Is there any special staff pricing?
You know, right now there is none. We're all going to be $299. You know, for the equipment. We don't have any kind of promotional opportunity right now. We'll think about how what that could look like. We need every stick we can right now at full price on day one. They're going to fly off the shelf, so we'll look at that opportunity.
Okay.
And maybe just add a little further clarity on that. The $299 price I shared earlier with respect internally compared to CTK04 as well as with the RedLink Gateway, that's actually below what the list price would be for those two items combined. But that's also very, at $299, it's very competitively priced with other similar products in the marketplace. And really, from a lot of perspectives, this thing is really like nothing else in the market. So, as Kelly mentioned, you know, we need to be not diminishing the value of this, especially not initially when we launch.
Okay. Will Daikin One be able to be monitored through one central or web account for multiple units?
Oh, Jackie, why don't you take that with respect to dealer services we're looking at?
Sure. So I am not sure whether this is a dealer service or it's more the mobile app account. So for the personal web, the mobile app account, yes, they will be able to add multiple locations. So multiple houses, vacation home versus primary home. And then they can add multiple systems and multiple thermostats, and they can monitor all at the same time. As we will develop the dealer service later on, we'll include the feature to allow dealer to monitor multiple thermostats as well.
Okay, so we're clear. CTK04AE will continue as communicating device for Goodman, Amana, and Franklin.
That is correct.
Okay. Well, those are all the questions we have for today. Dave and Jackie, do you have any closing words?
You know, I'm going to let Jackie have the last word on this. I already communicated a couple things, and I'll turn it over to him. Make sure that from the sales perspective, you need to go to daikin1.com and learn, look at the videos, look at the install screens, the scenarios that are all there. If you're in sales, which that's primarily who's on the call, please take the horse to water and get into every location that you have account responsibility for and verify that the part numbers are set up, the compound quantities are are there and that you are able to service your customers for those quantities. You need to be enthusiastic because we're asking you to have the conversation with all of your customers. Let's make sure that we are maximizing the launch as we move forward. So that's my call to action. But you know, Jackie, you designed this darn thing. What would you say to the crowd? What would you say to them to keep them excited?
So I think that, well, my message is this is very, very unique, differentiated, premium thermostat. And I have, from the conversation I had with different dealers, contractors, the salespersons, it's a great product for you to sell. So if you hear anything or if you notice anything that any tools that will help you or help us with the sales, please let me know. Or if you heard any other features, please let me know as well. Thank you.
All right, thank you everyone for joining us, whether you're here live or listening to the recorded version. If we can assist you with anything further, you can always reach out to us through Daikin webinars at daikincomfort.com.